Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope you're all having a wonderful new year so far. Today's video will be another draw with me. This time we're going to be drawing Tsireya from the new Avatar movie, and I'll also be giving you some of my thoughts on the movie. So grab a cup of tea and a snack, feel free to grab your sketchbook or get out your drawing tablet and draw along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. So here are the reference images I compiled when I knew I wanted to draw Tsireya. And I ended up choosing the one where she is underwater since I haven't seen anyone else draw it yet. I always get questions on what program I'm using or the brushes I use to draw, so I'm gonna say it now so no one misses it. I use Procreate on the iPad Pro with my Apple Pencil, and for brushes I mostly use my own. For the sketch, you can see me using an earlier version of my sketch brushes that I just released. This set comes with 6 brushes and they have a very nice grainy texture. They are available on both Etsy and Gumroad. The link will be in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. Here are my thoughts on Avatar: The Way of Water. The visuals for this movie are mind-blowing. I can definitely see why it took so long for it to be released, and I've seen so many behind-the-scenes videos of how they filmed it, and it's crazy how much they had to train underwater, and how much work and love went into the making of this movie. And of course all the CGI and the effects, it's insane. So visually this movie, it's amazing. Story-wise, I really didn't expect the military guy to come back for the second movie. The fact that he died in the first movie, but he didn't die, he came back, but it wasn't the real him because that one's dead, kind of confused me a bit in the beginning. I was expecting something different because we had already seen that before in the first one. But besides that, I loved the theme of protecting your family and those you love, and the message about the environment and preserving our planet. The first movie was more about protecting our forests and deforestation, and this one was more about our oceans and our ocean life, and how important it is that we have to protect them. I loved all the new characters they added. Jake and Neytiri's family and their bond seems so real. And also the water tribe, I forgot how to pronounce them, I'll leave the name right here. The way Jake and his family had to learn and adapt to their culture and way of living reminded me a lot of the first movie and how Jake had to go through that once already. So overall, I really liked this movie. I would give it an 11 out of 10 and I would watch it again many times. So let's talk about the drawing a little bit. I initially had a hard time sketching her face. Every time I drew it, she came out looking more human than Navi. And I realized it was because the face proportions weren't right. I had to make her eyes a little bit bigger and move them farther apart. But once I fixed that, it really looked more like her. This drawing took me about 5 hours in the span of about 4 days. And I honestly haven't had this much fun with a drawing in a while. I think it was quite easy to paint it because it was mostly just blues, kind of in the teal side on the cooler blue. And I really enjoyed the way her eyes kind of lit up because the lighting is coming from the upper left side of this drawing. I feel like my painting process is pretty self-explanatory. I start with the sketch, then I refine it a little bit better, and I go in with separating all the flat colors in different layers, and then I go with the refining process, which you kind of see right now, and then after that comes kind of like the overpainting. which is also on top of the sketch layer, just to make everything look more cohesive. I don't normally draw with the lasso tool, but when it came to drawing her clothes, I found it really useful in making these kind of ropes that she wears around her neck. And using the lasso tool really gave it a more kind of like organic look instead of more refined that I would have gotten with a brush. At this point is when I started to feel like the drawing was coming together. It was when I started adding the little markings that they have all over the skin, and especially after adding all those little kind of white freckles that they have on their face, and I love how they glow. So after adding those, it really made it look like it was coming together and made it pop more. For the hair, I mostly use my own brushes. This one is the smooth hair brush that comes in the hairbrush pack. And how I go about it is I just use several layers of multiply and overlay to build up her hair and add more movement, and especially adding those flyaways. It really makes the hair look more real, especially since it's underwater and there's a lot of movement. Tsireya's hair is very curly, and I think that this brush really worked in getting that feel and texture that she has. And I love adding those final hair highlights. It really makes her glow underwater. I decided to add lashes to my drawing, even though she barely has any, you can't really see them, but it was more of a style choice for me. And we are almost done. The last thing that I'm doing recently is just copying the canvas and putting it on a new layer on top. And this way I can play around with the curve layers and the different colors and hues, just to play around with it and find a way to make it look more cohesive. That concludes this Draw With Me video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed my version of Tsireya as much as I did. If you did, please consider subscribing, it really does help me out. And what did you think about the movie? Did it live up to your expectations? Was it worth the 15-year wait? Let me know in the comments down below. I personally am so excited for Avatar 3 and can't wait till 2024. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.